Hey everyone, today we're going to be opening up this 64-year-old container of dehydrated fruit. Listen to that. A little bit of it's loose, but it's mostly kind of stuck together because dehydrated is usually a little bit sticky, not like freeze-dried. But if we shake it a lot, I thought it was going to come apart a little bit more. I think, yeah, it's slowly coming apart. I remember when I bought this thing 4 years ago, I shook it. It completely felt like it came apart in there. But I can't wait to get this thing open, show you guys the really cool label from the early 1960s, and make it. So this stuff here, to get it, it's basically fruit cocktail mix, but you gotta soak it in water overnight. I wonder if it'll still be good. I personally think it will actually still be good because over here on the shelf, a couple of years ago, we opened these things up. It was more than a couple of years ago, more like 4 years ago. We opened these up, which were also dehydrated fruits. It was whole prunes, and we had apple nuggets, this one still being full. Those were also from the 1960s, I believe. And they made up nice. They still tasted good, but these ones here, the instructions, I believe, had us boil them. Yes, we boiled them on the stove to accelerate the rate of them rehydrating. So, this other one does not want us to be boiling it like that. This one wants us to soak it in the refrigerator for 5 hours or overnight. Let me give you all a quick close-up look at this label. Very good graphics. Got a few spots of what looks like mold on the container because it's very old. The mold did not occur here. It was before I got it. This is a very dry, cool room. This room is in my basement, so it's always kept cool, it being underground, and there's a dehumidifier running down here nonstop. So there's a lot of different things we can make out of it. You see? You can make Jubilee, coconut drops out of it, copyright 1960. It says to put plastic over it if we only use part of the container. But we're going to make the whole thing so it doesn't start rotting once we open it. This is what we're going to do, the basic instructions. Combine the contents of the tin with 15 pounds of cold water. So that's almost 2 gallons. Just slightly less. We'll do that in just a moment. First we got to open this thing up. I'm going to use a hand can opener so we don't destroy the nice label on this. So there's peaches, grapes, apples, apricots, cherries. So yeah, it was very common back then to be mixing this stuff into salads. Back in the day, Jell-O made a bunch of really weird flavors. Like, when we opened this up, it still tasted really good, actually, even after over 60 years. We also bought this one, which tasted nasty. It's the exact same product, but it's all about how it's stored. And look how cheap that was back then. 29 cents got you 3 containers of Jell-O back in those days. We haven't done a video like this, I think, in 4 years. Should we make another gelatin-related video? See, we still got a bunch of very old puddings. We have Presto Gel. We actually opened this. That's a gelatin dessert from the 1950s. Still tasted good. It just looked like a dark bowl of blood, but it discolored a little bit from the aging. I think we made the chocolate mousse at one point. I think there's a video of that. We still have more instant puddings down here. And obviously we would use new milk. Old milk never holds up. We did the pistachio in a video. We have newer ones here, but I don't think they're old enough for our channel to be doing them yet. That's from 2014. Those ones there. All right, everyone. What can opener should I use? This one here is a bit old, not super old, 90s or 80s I think, but this one here is super duper old. I believe I bought this and it's from the 30s. So instead of this one here grabbing underneath here, this one actually grabs the edge on the side with these really sharp teeth, if you can see. Let's try to use this vintage or antique one. So, just making sure I'm going to turn it the right way. Ooh, that had a lot of pressure in it. Wow. That filled the room with such a sweet smelling. It smells like fruit snacks or some kind of chewy like that. It's working nice. There we go. This can opener is doing a fantastic job. Ooh, there we go. See, this can opener did nice. See, it leaves those little ridges on the side. That's how it gains so much traction that it's never going to slip. Like a lot of new can openers now, it doesn't do a great job. But I'm also someone who buys can openers from the Dollar Tree. Get a close-up look at that. It reminds me of trail mix. Check that out. Looks like trail mix to me. Give that a deep sniff. That actually smells fantastic. This looks like a cranberry right here. Oh my gosh, that's good. This is not a cranberry. It's the cherries. And being dehydrated, it tastes so sugary. It tastes like I'm eating a piece of candy. So sugary. And I think this is apple right here. Super crunchy. Tastes amazing. Looks like these are the grapes, raisins, basically. Still chewy like a raisin. Awesome. Maybe this is a peach. Absolutely no musty smell. This held up the test of time. These are amazing, these things here. What's that noise? If anyone has ever seen, I made a short little video. Turkeys like to peck my windows. But the window in here has a window screen. There was a turkey out there that sees its reflection in the glass and it's banging against the screen. They keep on doing that. So I'm still feasting on this as if it's trail mix, and I can tell you it has stood the test of time. There's nothing wrong with it. Not even a musty odor. These cherries in here are so sugary, sweet, and chewy. It tastes like some kind of candy. The apples still taste good. The grapes still taste good. Basically a raisin. And I bet this is going to be really sweet, rehydrating it. Even if we don't put sugar in it, this is already super delicious. I don't think anything went wrong with it. That's definitely a survival food. Hopefully some of the newer survival foods I have could actually hold up this long. Because this is actually really delicious. Tastes exactly like something you'd buy at the store. And this is very super duper sweet. Alright everyone, I gotta get 7.5 quarts out of this, and there's 4 cups in a quart, so all the way up to the top line, we need 7 of them. Is it gonna fit in this bowl? I hope so. This is my biggest mixing bowl. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7 and a half. I don't know, this bowl looks a little bit too small for this. I think I gotta go find something else. But I'm gonna keep it in this bowl, then I don't have to measure it again. Alright, I don't have anything this big, but I have 2 of them. So I'm gonna dump this back out so I can do it evenly. Hopefully I don't drop one of these. This is not narrow. One. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.25, 7.5. Okay. I'm gonna try to make this even as possible when we get in there. Alrighty. Could have done that from the start. There's the big chunk. Making little noises. Yeah, the big chunk in there, my fingers go right through it. It's just stuck together because it's dehydrated, which means it's a little bit sticky. Listen to this, it's making little noises. Making little sounds. I'm trying hard to do this right. Will it all fit in here? Maybe. It did. It's gonna be a little bit scary walking this to the refrigerator though. I think I can manage it without spilling it. I'll be very, very careful. Not really much to stir, it's all floating. All right, we got to put in the refrigerator now for 5 hours, and it is 11 o'clock in the morning, so 5 hours, we will continue this video. Now I gotta super carefully walk that to the refrigerator. Going up to the fridge. Hopefully it's not like this later. Alright, I made it up here without spilling it, so I think we're good now. Just fit. And I forgot this last night. Cooked it yesterday afternoon. Let it sit to cool down. Never got in the fridge. Guess we'll put it outside with a trail camera and see what eats it. I love freeze-dried fruit. This all comes from Dollar Tree. So that fruit there said I was supposed to add sugar. I didn't do it. I don't even keep sugar in the house. I think I'm going to go buy a bag of sugar in the 5 hours we're waiting. I think I also kind of want to make an old pudding video. We've done a lot of videos with the Royal Orange from the 80s, and that's the newer one. And it's probably expired. I made that video 4 years ago, I think. So, egg custard mix. What do we need for this? We'll do that at some point. I think we only have one regular pudding left, and I think we only need milk, if I'm correct. Yep, fresh cold milk. Yeah. Pudding's easier than I remembered making. And up here we have a bunch of pistachio ones, but I don't think they're super old. I think they're 2014, if I remember correctly. Where is, yeah, 2013. Someday we'll make those. I think we're gonna try making pudding later in the video tonight. Alright, we will see who eats that with this trail camera right here. Hopefully it's not the bear. Haven't really seen the bear too much this year. A couple weeks now, the bear was walking around, but it's been a bit. So, if that is who shows up, that means no more putting food out until the winter time. And we gotta see what's on this camera that we just removed from that same spot. Wow. Only 3 hours and something ate it. Wonder what it was. There's a lot of squirrels that just ran away, but I don't think they could have finished all that like that. We gotta go check the camera, see what's on it. This should be on there. Alright everyone, it's been almost 5 hours, so we're gonna go ahead and get that stuff out of the refrigerator in a few moments. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I don't think what ate that was the bear for 2 reasons. Whatever it was that ate that, probably a bunch of something, was too small to set the camera off. Me just walking over there and showing it empty was on the camera. Me setting the camera was on the camera, but not what was eating it. And considering there's a lot of sauce left in there, I don't think it was the bear. I think the bear would have licked it clean. So, it will remain a mystery to what exactly it was. Could have been a group of crows, but I have no idea why this camera never got triggered by it. It got triggered by me, and I'm sure it would get triggered by a big bear. But nope, nothing's on the camera, unfortunately. Well, there's a squirrel right there. And the camera's going again just to see what animals use this trail. I'll just leave that thing set there for the whole summer, and who knows what might come by. Alrighty. It's been 5 hours. You can tell there's still a lot of water in there. Alright everyone, we got it out of the fridge, and I do not think that absorbed all the water. I could be wrong, but I don't think it absorbed all the water. Let's get a closer up look at this. Alright, close up look. Yeah, it's mostly water. I don't think that's how it was supposed to happen. It actually smells good though. I've never had fruit cocktail from being dehydrated before, but I didn't add any sugar to it. I did buy sugar today just in case, but this is already plenty sweet. It's mushy consistency now. Kind of gross. The texture's gross. It tastes really good though, but it's mostly water. See? I think half of the water would have done the trick. Look at that. Well, it tastes good, so we're gonna go throw this back out there in front of the camera and see who might want to eat this. Because I don't think this is bad. But it's also, I think, like a survival food. I don't think it tastes that good. Or maybe something gross that they'd serve in a school cafeteria. Alright, everyone. The water looks like pee. I did spill a little bit on myself on the way out into the yard. That's only because I tripped on something in the woods. Look at that, all the cherries were on the bottom of it. I gotta taste one even though it's in this weird, nasty tray something was eating from. Wow. The cherry hydrated. Nice, no weird texture in that part. But this is all still very sweet. Something's going to love to eat that. Hopefully the trail camera gets it this time. Alright everyone, I hope today's video was interesting. Thanks for watching and have a great day. If we get any footage of something eating that, if the camera does work this time, I will add it to the end of the video. The camera got me putting everything there. It got me going back out there. It got me going up to the camera to grab the SD card out of it. But whatever was eating it must have been very small, and it did not pick it up, and I can't believe that it didn't pick it up. But it didn't. We'll try one more time with the actual fruit, and we'll see. It's going to be a hot week, too. Today was a lovely 74 degrees. Yesterday's high temperature was 63. Last night was unseasonably cold. It got down to 36, and that's unusual for June 16th. Very unusual. The growing season started for me June 1st. But this week it's going to be all in the mid-90s for temperatures. It's going to be a pretty hot one. Thanks for watching. Oh my gosh. Do you hear that knocking sound? The turkeys see their reflection in my downstairs windows and they peck it. They put mud all over the windows. I've never caught it before. Yeah. Look what they do to the window. Look at that. Look at all the peck marks. Oh my gosh. Look what they do to the windows when they see their reflection in it. And look at the windowsill. Look at all the poop. I'm assuming maybe that's just mud. But the turkey sits here and does this. But half of it, we're gonna check you guys out. Let's see what's in this camera.